is here on SportsCenter. You just heard minutes ago Adam Schefter say this was expected to happen, but happen it has. Mark Ingram intending to sign a 3-year, $15 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens. How this came together. In just a few minutes, Adam Schefter will join us to break this down. But again, this just in, Mark Ingram, now a member of the Baltimore Ravens, signing a new deal.
We got Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, OBJ.
I am disgusted, depressed. The arc of the Giants' intelligence has bent towards irrelevancy.
It's the happiest I've been since the 2016 NBA championship.
He wanted LA, we gave him Cleveland. Enjoy.
Are you ready to build John Dorsey a statue yet?
They're done. Who's next? Saquon next year?
I want to get to Vegas as fast as I can. I don't want to talk about this clown no more. I already got the shirts out the closet, Larry. They going to Goodwill in the morning.
I'm walking into my barber, and I'm saying, baby, take the sides down. Daddy's leaving the top. I got 6 more months to grow this out. Get it curled, dye it blonde. Oh, yeah.
As shocked as many people were by the news of the trade, Odell himself had been pretty transparent about his unhappiness with the situation in New York. We refer you back to that eye-opening interview he gave our Josina Anderson last October.
How you feel about signing that 5-year extension now?
It's like, oh, well, at least you got paid. That to me is not why I came here. Obviously, you want to get paid for your talents and what you've done, but if you have a window this big to maximize your full potential and something's holding you back from doing it, that's more frustrating to me than anything else. I just want to be able to be the very best that I can, and I don't feel like I'm given an opportunity to be the very best that I can, to bring that every single day.
Signing that 5-year extension now.
It's like, oh, well, at least you got paid. That to me is not why I came here. Obviously, you want to get paid for your talents and what you've done, but if you have a window this big to maximize your full potential.
All right, that was Odell talking about being held back by the Giants offense, by Eli Manning and all that. Won't have that problem anymore, Josina, now that he's in Cleveland. You talked to him again last night. What did he have to say about leaving New York and then heading to the Browns?
Well, he and I were actually texting about the potential of him going to Cleveland at the time that I saw it on Twitter, that it was official, or at least that they had, agreed to terms pending, obviously, the start of the new league year. And the first thing he said was just, wow. And then he had to get off the phone. We got back on the phone, and you could just kind of hear his wheels turning in his head as he was speaking. You could hear the surprise in his tone. But he had told me after I had informed him of the text that I had received from the Browns talking about there were ongoing discussions with Cleveland and Giants about this trade, he said that Cleveland wide receiver Jarvis Landry called him and said, yo, the head coach wants you, the GM wants you. And, it started to kind of sink in about that. And then he said he received a call from the general manager that, yes, I am trading you to the Cleveland Browns. And it's still sinking in. I've been texting him maybe within the hour since coming and sitting here talking with you. And he's starting to see just the positives of going to Cleveland. He said he's looking forward to balling with Baker Mayfield. So when you think, David, about the assets that this team has on its team with Jarvis Landry, with obviously Baker Mayfield, they brought in Olivier Vernon. It's like the Cleveland Giants, right? And everything that they already had, and Nick Chubb and what have you. This really is, possibly a very exciting move for him.
Yeah, they're loaded now. Absolutely. So people are fired up for the Cleveland Browns, and Odell is now part of that equation. Josina conversing with him over the last 24 hours or so. Elle, back to you.
All right, thank you, David Lloyd. You do not have to wait hours from now to get the opinion of PTI's Michael Wilbon. He joins us now on SportsCenter for this confounding story. So you hear Odell Beckham Jr. is being traded to the Browns, and for what? And what was your reaction, Wilbon?
The reaction, I think, is probably in line with most of the reactions. They just gave him away. I sort of enjoy, sorry about this, the angst and anxiety of Giants fans and my dear friend Stephen A. Smith having a meltdown. But the sort of overreaction, I know often during NFL season we have overreaction Monday. And, of course, now we're in overreaction. Are we on to Wednesday? I mean, this happens every year somewhere, usually more than one place somewhere. We had it with the Raiders a couple of years ago. They did the kind of off-season acquiring that was supposed to lead to a spectacular season, except, oh, wait, then they wound up getting injured and everybody fired, and John Gruden was out of the booth and onto the sideline in Oakland. Josina's sitting there and knows better than anybody. We've had this with the Redskins in Washington because she and I have lived much of our lives there. Time after time in the offseason, free agent signings, acquisitions, draft bonus babies, and what happens? Nothing in the regular season. I'm not saying nothing's going to happen in Cleveland, but you'll have to forgive me a little bit. I think the season, as they say, is not played on paper. One injury can ruin an NFL season, can alter the course of it. One injury in OTAs or camp, much less getting to Labor Day. So great for Cleveland. I understand the excitement, but you know, some of us are old enough to have seen this play out before and not the way people are expecting.
Exactly. Vegas is all in on the overreaction as well. They're now the favorites to win the AFC North, and they've seen their Super Bowl title odds jump up. Like you said, though, no one has won a championship on paper. Let's talk about the other big news, that, of course, being Le'Veon Bell headed to the Jets. What do you think the outlook is for the Jets with him in the backfield?
Well, it's sort of a mini version of Cleveland, right? I mean, it hasn't been a haul. But to get Le'Veon Bell, look, I mean, I understand that the Jets are like Cleveland in that there's been so little hope for so long. I mean, a little more hope with the Jets fairly recently. But, yeah, when you add Le'Veon Bell, when you add someone of that talent and skill, the question is, I mean, people are going to talk about the next conversation will be rust or rest. What does taking an entire year off mean? I mean, I would think it means he's pretty darn healthy, given the kind of pounding Le'Veon Bell had taken previously. But, I mean, that's going to be the hope, I'm sure, around the Jets. All of the despair that Giant fans are feeling, you got the other energy completely in the Jets community, and they should feel that way over Le'Veon Bell's acquisition.
It's a shame we ran out of time because I was going to get your thoughts on Le'Veon Bell's new album that dropped last night and get a grade from you, but nevertheless, we will not do that with you, Mike Wilbon.
Thank you, Elle.
You will, however, be joined back to come and talk about NBA. But for now, David Lloyd with breaking news.
Yeah, the Ravens are having a good hour. Adam was here 10 minutes ago talking about the Earl Thomas signing there in Baltimore. Now you have another one. What do you got?
Mark Ingram intends to sign with the Baltimore Ravens, a 3-year, $15 million contract. We said before he was going to leave New Orleans. He's on his way to Baltimore. He's going to be a Baltimore Raven. And the Ravens have been looking for a running back to basically step into that backfield and become the lead back with Lamar Jackson as the quarterback. There have been a lot of speculation that they were involved in Le'Veon Bell. The Baltimore Ravens never made an offer for Le'Veon Bell. Mark Ingram was the back that they were focusing in on all along, and moments ago, he just basically told the Ravens that he intends to sign a 3-year, $15 million contract. The Ravens get the running back they were looking for to go along with the safety that they were looking for, Earl Thomas, who within the same hour basically told the Baltimore Ravens that he intends to come there.
Any word on the guaranteed money for Ingram? 3 years, $15 million? Nothing in on that yet? Guy's a good back. First 8 years with the Saints, over 6,000 rushing yards there. Teamed with Alvin Kamara, and now he's going to be the main ball carrier for the Baltimore Ravens. Adam here with us. We've been ping-ponging back and forth. We send him off for 5 minutes, and he comes back with more breaking news every 10 minutes. Elle, back to you.
Yeah, you could say we're doing the same thing. D. Lloyd with Oklahoma. We are live in Norman. You're looking at Kyler Murray right now. He's getting set to throw at his pro day. We will go back to Oklahoma. We will bring that for you live the second he takes the field in a significant way.